Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You can see I filmed the video inside of the house today. Quite cloudy and outside quite wet as well because it's rained this morning. And the temperature is around 11 degrees Celsius at the moment, around 1 p.m. We did have a bit of sunlight, but not much. But anyway, I just thought that maybe today is the day that I will talk with you about what's my garden look like when we just moved in 6 years ago. So we moved in this property April 2018. It was still hot actually. So we or me, mostly I dragged the whole to water the lawns every day. We did not have much of rain at all when we just moved to Canberra. It is so hot and dry, and of course in Canberra we only have a clay soil, so it was very hard to or challenge to garden with the bare soil like this. And also like the property or the house we living now, before it will rent out for 5 years, so for like a group of people. And then they did not look after the garden, and they parked the cars on the lawn, and they park everywhere, and not really lawn. You could see in the picture, you saw the green patch of the grass, and the grass not quite green, but when we just moved in, it wasn't like that. And I think we got one pine tree and a maple tree, and I think quite large. What is it? Suddenly I can't remember the name. But anyway, quite a big tall tree. My husband chopped it down because it wasn't, banksia. It wasn't like look good at all, and too quite, I don't know what is that bush, some kind of native bush maybe. Anyway, you could see in the picture. And then the fence between our neighbors and our just kind of fallen. And when we just moved in, we were quite a young couple, and also we got a little daughter as well. At that time she just was 2 years old, and we did not have much money. I don't think we have much money now, but I think certainly we can do better than before, or 6 years ago. Yes, so initially, so it took for a while to figuring out what do we want to grow or plant in our yard. And certainly, me and my husband, we wanted to plant some fruit tree. So we went to the nursery, Yanamna nursery. It's called like more heritage nursery in Yanamna. And then we bought some bare-rooted fruit trees. So we got black boy peach tree, and we got the cherry tree, and we got the super dwarf nectarine. That one I dug it out. And also the cherry tree is still alive. You can see it got the fruit after a few years. I show the picture for you to see later. But the other tree, the peach tree, is dead actually after a few years. And when we plant the fruit tree, and we didn't have much of knowledge about how to garden in Canberra, Australia. I didn't know anything much about Facebook and to join the gardening groups. And so we more like just reading on the internet. Or my husband, he read actually, and he told me. And then okay, so we put the clay breaker down and add some manure and things like that. So if you garden in the clay soil, I highly recommend you should build the garden up or raise the soil up and let the water go away when you have too much of rain or too much moisture. So at the beginnings, my fruit tree, they were doing okay, I guess. And after a few years, we got so much rain, and every time when we got so much rain, and the tree, especially the peach tree, looks really sad. And also I didn't know much about the peach leaf kern for the stone fruit either. And I think in the first 2 years, I saw their leaves kept curling, and then have a lot of aphids on. But also I never thought about the peach leaf kern. And then after that, we raised the whole yard up. My father-in-law and I, and with my husband, have some time as well, build a garden. Like we use recycling some concrete, and then we we add a lot of compost in, but you know, when you planted your fruit tree, like they already like deep in the clay, and we raise everything up, and we build the soil up as well. And after that, we got a lot of rain, so at the end, the peach tree they got suffer, and they I think their root can get rotten, maybe too much water. At the end, I have to dig it out, and because it looked horrible, and at that time I still haven't figuring out the aphid and the peach leaf kern. Anyway, I just only learned about that I think maybe 3 years or 4 years recently. So in the video here, or in the picture as well, you could see I or I planted 3 persimmon tree to plant like a hedge for the front yard. So one side, my husband he planted feijoas. So at the beginning, he planted 4 feijoas trees on one side, and I planted 3 persimmon tree on the other side. So creating like a hedge, more than fruit tree hedge. You know, we were very ambitious, and also we pay a lot of money for the 3 persimmon tree. They were quite a good size already, and we pay I think $150 for a tree. So that means 3 trees, nearly $500, and I lost all of them because the pine tree next to them, and they just sucking all the moisture and the nutrients. And at the end, I decided to move them to the other spot, but I didn't know that we had to move them in the winter. I just dug them up in the middle of summer and moved them. At the end, they were dead. So this lesson, I want you to learn from me that don't move your trees in the middle of summer, especially persimmon tree. And persimmon tree, they don't like to be moved. When they're in the ground, they prefer not to be moved. Having said that, I did dug up one of my persimmon last I think last spring, and I put it in a container, and it was okay. It's still doing good, but it is dormant at the moment. We'll see how it does next spring. And then I planted more flowers, a lot of lavender. Actually, when I built a garden, I planted a lot of lavenders. The bees are having a great time there. But I figuring out lavenders, they only give me two times or twice bloom a year. So it wasn't much for me to keep them. But at the end, I dug the whole lavender up. I think maybe 7 or 18 of lavender out of the garden. And let's not forget the citrus. My very first citrus when we moved here, I think that's for the lime tree and the mandarin tree. So both of them, they were like they out my property. Actually, I think the lime tree, I think too much water for it, and I tried to dug it up. Did I? Oh no, I think too much water for it, and it died. And then the other mandarin, and I think I told you a few years ago, I think every year the fruit got frozen. I decided to dug it up and get to my friend, but she didn't look after it either, and so it died. But anyway, in this picture, I got the yellow flick pomelos and the cara black orange, the tree that further away. So the tree close to me is that the yellow flick pomelo, and you heard I mentioned a lot about this tree to you. I love the flavor and love the fruit as well. It's just beautiful fruit if you can grow it. And both of these trees, they end up in the container now. So the cara, I think I should give you the update about that. I can't tell you, the whole story about each of the tree because make the video too long. So I just kind of choose some picture and explain. I think I will miss a lot of about the explanation about the stage at how the garden changing. But I didn't think that I could make a YouTube channel and to show you the step or looking back what it will look like. But today I have time, so I kind of went through the old picture. So I thought that you might want to see some of the footage or the picture when we just moved in. Okay, so after I think 2 years, the rosemary bushes they grown so big, and I did enjoy the look at that time actually. But at the end, I decided to let them go. I just took a small baby plants from them, and I grow them in the container. And the tree next to them, that is the strawberry tree. Then me and my husband, we were so excited to plant that tree, but it ended that because it's very prone to the trip in our area, in my area, by the way. Yeah, maybe if you are lucky to go somewhere and it's not prone to the disease that's happening in your area, and you might end up with beautiful tree with the red bark. In the winter, by the way, their bark they turning very lovely color in the winter. So we got beautiful concrete raised garden or etching that my father-in-law helped me or helped a lot to build it, and the round garden bed in the middle for my daughter. At this time I got just very simple things, I haven't even planted the cherry tree in the middle yet. Before, I think I first tried the dogwood tree, but I think both times I think they both dead actually. I think it's too much sun for it and too much water for it, and it didn't like it. But anyway, so I end up to plant one of the cherry tree in the center, and surround it I got some roses. I think 10 or 9 bush roses. But also I was very new to roses. I chose a variety that it wasn't that healthy, and it wasn't that performing well. And yeah, I was so excited, but I think we garden and we learned. So at the end, I think all of the bush I dug them up as well. I kept some of them, and I gave some away too, I think. And also surrounding the edge, they are the chamomile plants, and they blooms beautiful throughout the summer, and I think some in the autumn as well. But at the end, I thought that were too much, and I dug them out as well. Very windy and very messy. We were digging in the front. It's like a rose garden. So between 2021 and 22, I tried a lot of different plants actually. Now I tried salvia. I did like them for a while, and after that I didn't like those type flower that much anymore. They are great for bees and pollinators, but I want something that I can cut inside, and cut to enjoy them inside. Example like roses and peonies, and also salvia. They tend to grow so big in my garden, by the way, because they got a lot of compost and water. Because I got other fruit tree next to them, so that whenever drip irrigation run, and they do have water as well, and the compost they whenever they keep short of fruit trees. Yeah, and at the end they are out of the garden. I still have some varieties and some bushes in the garden to kind of tuck them next to the fruit tree. And then I mentioned I tried lavender, and at the end I didn't like them because they grew so big. They became very woody as well. Yeah, and anyway, so at the end I decided to plant a sedum as well, because they are low maintenance too. But sedum, they only give me very short amounts or very short time of blooms, like only 2 or 3 weeks. And I thought, okay, no, bye bye, you go. And at the end I planted roses, and until now still my favorite flower in the garden. I would never change it because I love roses since I was little. And even like when I started, gardening, I got rose as well. Like even when I moved from Vietnam to Brisbane, and then I stayed with my father-in-law place with my husband, and then we bought the rose bush as well. It was a red color, and love that rose as well. Yeah, so I love roses, you know, the whole life actually. Yeah. Anyway, so until I think 2023 and 24, like last year, and it was very steady with my style. I love roses, peonies, and some kind of formal flower. That is what I really like. Even the garden style, they are cottage and messy, cottagey and messy, but I love formal flower, if that makes sense. So you have it. So in the past 6 years, I have been so busy, and you could see this is in the front yard and nothing in the back yet. I think I will show you some footage about that as well. So you can see the front little garden beds. It changed so much. I got a lot of roses bloom in the summer, but also quite a few daffodils in there, and lupins bloom in spring as well. And the corner, all the trellis that I got the grapevine going on. And so far I still have a good season of the grapes here. I still kind of like want to chop it down, but anyway, we'll see. My husband, he does love the grapevine in that corner though, because it brings some structure and to it, you know. Yes, that corner look wonderful as well in the spring and the summer. It looks so lush. And the middle garden bed for my daughter look wonderful with all the roses when they all in bloom. Yeah, mind you, the garden to get the fuller and crowded with all the containers as well. And maybe I should have mentioned that I got a lot of food to in my front yard as well. I got 2 nectarine trees. I have a lot of food every year. I am except one of the year that I did not spray with the copper fungicide, and I lost a lot of food. Or I didn't have much of nectarines on that year actually. And then every year I got a lot of feijoas. I love feijoa. I think that was the best thing that my husband like told me or said to me, that he would like to plant feijoas because it's the like evergreen, and also we got a yummy food to eat as well. And I really love feijoa. I can eat like 2 kilos a day. Can you believe that? And then the corner of far end, like next to the road, that where I got a lot of roses, like black caviar and the endeavor and no surrender. Yeah, they just gorgeous, that corner too. Anyway, thank you so much for being a part of the community, and I never thought that I could like make a YouTube channel and talking with you guys in front of the camera. And yeah, I thank you so much for all the supports and all the comments, and yeah, following me with on the journey. I feel if I stop making YouTube channel, I think I'm going to miss you guys so much. So thank you again for watching this video. I hope that you enjoy it, and please let me know which part of my fun yard you like the most, or you like the changes after the most. Yeah, please drop down in the comment below. I would love to hear from you, and see you in next video. Bye bye.